What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Sci Fi Bookery. I'm Josh, and today I have a big old book haul for you. Another one, a whole box. We're losing books. We're losing books. We're losing books. Stand by. Okay, I'm back. So we didn't lose all the books, but some of them. So a lot of this thrifting haul here comes from my thrift store, my local thrift store that has tons and tons of books. They have probably 1,000 books. I estimated out when I was there this week, and conservatively 1,000 books, maybe more. They might have upwards of 2,000. I just judged by how many could fit in each shelf and then how many shelves there were, and there's rows of shelves. It's similar setup to like a library. A couple of these things came from a library sale, and then of course my local used bookstore that I love to frequent whenever I can. So let's get into here. Actually, this is the only thing I have from the library sale is this Prince Caspian, and it's a CD set. So it's the audio book on CD and then the actual book in the middle. And I loved all the artwork on this too. And I'm a big C.S. Lewis fan. Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. I mean, who isn't from that era? But this is really a cool little find. I don't know. It was probably like $1 or something it's like it's not a library sale, like a bag sale. It's an ongoing library sale. So great find there. I'm gonna save the bookstore stuff for last because the vintage sci-fi there is amazing. So if you're into vintage sci-fi, like I would imagine most of the people watching are, get on back, man. I found extra copies of two of my favorite recent books, Skipping Christmas by John Grisham, so I'm going to give that to somebody. I have a video on that too. And then one that I still need to make a video on. This is one of my all-time favorite books, Playing for Pizza by John Grisham. So I'm gonna go ahead and give these two away to people. I like getting extra copies of stuff to give away. So let's get back into a little bit more of the thrift haul. There was a lot of vintage sci-fi at the thrift store, but let's go through some of the classics that I got. Where the Red Fern Grows. This book will destroy you. It will absolutely destroy you, especially if you like dogs. But I've been collecting through classics, but not just any classics, like modern reprints. I try to get like vintagey looking classics, even if they aren't true vintage. Like this one, let's see, this is a reprint from 1989, so it would be considered vintage. But that's a classic there. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I have this already, but I just really liked the way this printing looked. It's a Scholastic, but just the artwork on the cover is really cool. So I love Jules Verne, by the way. Any Jules Verne is amazing. This is so I accidentally bought this one. This is The Faithful Trader. I was trying to see, I put it in my cart thinking that there would be book one, because this is book 2 of Wizard and Dragon. This is Robert Don Hughes. I've never heard of any of this. It's got like a weird sticker on the front, but the artwork on the cover is so cool. It's like these 2 dragons, or maybe it's 1 dragon with 2 heads, like around a tower. But it was first time in print, so I was hoping to get the other one so that I would have a matching set just to sell, not even to keep. But so I accidentally bought that one. Let's see, how about Phoenix Caged? I didn't know anything about this book when I picked it up, but it says America's space shuttle is hijacked and nukes will fly if the super sub of the century fails to get it back. So cool little space thriller kind of thing. It's always great when nukes are involved. A couple of modern reprints of some sci-fi classics. Titan AE. So this is just a modern reprint. Was it a movie or a TV show? I don't remember, but anyways, that's the movie or TV show tie-in, and then the movie tie-in for I, Robot by Isaac Asimov. I know that sometimes they change the books after it's a movie tie-in, like they actually change the language in the books. I don't know if they are gonna do that with this one, but we'll see. I do have some hardcovers. So this one sounded cool. It's Tattooed Rats, And I had never heard of this before, but the premise sounded good. It's the year 2012, and being a Christian can get a guy killed. So this book was published in 2006, and just the premise of it sounded pretty cool. So I'm gonna give it a read. And the writing style is kind of neat. It's these short paragraphs, almost like entries. So I'm gonna give that a read and see how that is. It's definitely like YA. This was one to sell. The Fault in Our Stars. I don't even remember the name of it. Anyways, but I saw a signed copy and I was like, there's no way that's a signed copy. And then I open it up and sure enough, it's a real signed copy in green marker, because the guy's name is John Green. Oh, I get it, buddy. I get it. Yeah, I have no idea anything about this. I know it was a movie or a show or whatever, but signed copies of these in decent condition sell for like $45. So I said, I'll take that. This thrift store is the floppies or paperbacks, depending what it is, as long as it's not a hardcover, is 3 for 99 cents, and then the hardcovers are 79 cents each, so 79 cents for that, whatever. I think I have like a couple books in here that I was gonna sell. This is cool. So I am currently reading Jurassic Park and absolutely loving it. I don't know why it took me 30 some odd years to read it, but then I found another one, and then I found another one. So I got them both. I mean, 3 for 99 cents, why not? So I'm gonna have these to give away to people. And then The Lost World, which is the second book. So that's great. So now I have a sequel to read after I am done. And one of the coolest pickups that I had today, or this week, this is The Adventures of Conan Doyle. This is Arthur Conan Doyle's biography. And let's see. Yeah, the writer is Charles Hyam. And it is the life of the creator of Sherlock Holmes. So I love Arthur Conan Doyle, everything about his writing style, just him as a person. He is such a cool guy. And I'm excited to read this. This looked super interesting. And like I just showed you, it's got all the pictures in. Oh, it's got a picture of, I love finding this stuff at thrift stores. This picture of 3 geese in a puddle outside someone's house. Come on. People use the funniest stuff for bookmarks, and I always find them, and it's cool. Oh, here we go. Submarines in science fiction. So people don't know that Arthur Conan Doyle did write a lot of science fiction. So that was a thrift store haul. Now let's look at my local used bookstore, where I always find awesome vintage sci-fi. But branching off of that, because now I'm on BookTube, I'm not just a reader anymore, I'm kind of a participant here on BookTube. I wanted to start doing some of those like read-along things that people do. So I decided to try out Michael K. Vaughan's June one that he does. It's June on the Range, and he's been doing it for a couple of years. So I'm gonna link Michael K. Vaughan down below. At my local bookstore, I picked up War Party by Louis L'Amour, and then at the thrift store I found another Louis L'Amour. This is Kilkenny, and I wanted to try. I've never read westerns ever. I've read sci-fi westerns, but never like an actual straight up how the West was won kind of western. So I wanted to start with a name that I knew, which is Louis L'Amour. He's the most famous western writer pretty much of all time. I would imagine. I mean, I don't really know a ton about westerns, but I know that name. And there he is. I mean, how do you not read a book by that guy? That guy just screams cowboy. So he's the same picture on both books. But anyway, so these little bantams, these are quick reads. I mean, you're talking like a couple hundred pages. Yeah, these are like 150 pages each. So those will be good quick reads for June on the Range. Me breaking into westerns, I don't know. I'm expanding out. Like you guys know, I'm trying to do more modern reading, but we'll try westerns. Why not? A few more here. Case of Conscience by James Blish. I've actually been looking for this book. It was recommended to me, so I wanted to check it out. It is a Jesuit priest who does all this crazy stuff happens to this Jesuit priest. I thought that was interesting because I went to college at a Jesuit university, so I thought that was kind of cool. This was an absolutely awesome find. The World Jones Made by Philip K. Dick. Love me some PKD. And then on the flip side, it's one of these flip books. This is Agent of the Unknown. Had he found the key to mutation by Margaret St. Clair. So 2 great writers. This was the one I was most excited about, but I was actually really excited just to find one of these Ace double books. I've never found one of those out in the wild before. And last but not least, I told you guys when it was Short Story Sunday, I reviewed that Harry Harrison short story toy shop, it was called. And I said, you know what, I really like that. I want to find some more Harrison. So boom, there's his quintessential read, The Stainless Steel Rat, about this bad guy that goes good and all kinds of crazy spacey kind of stuff. So it's a really short read here, like most true classics are. Like, you look at some of these classics that these authors have written, and they've written like 400-page books, but a lot of their real, like, well-known works are like 150 to 200 pages. So that's really cool. This was a good find because I really wanted to read some more Harrison, and that's good. So I got a huge stack here, guys, to read through. I'm doing more book hauls because I know you guys like them, but I also have some other stuff coming up. So check out some of the other videos, recommendations down below for some more stuff. I'll even put some in the description, videos that, you know, I've done that maybe you like. It is getting into spring too, so my other channel is going to start kicking back off, Barefoot Bonsai, where I talk about gardening, bonsai trees, botany, all kinds of things like that. It's another hobby of mine. So if you're interested in that, I'll link that down below too. But guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been another book haul here at the Sci Fi Bookery. I'm Josh, and I'll see you next time.